Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast. We'll be bringing raw and unfiltered energy for each movie and TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review.
I already can tell. Y'all gonna be acting up this evening.
What you mean?
Who is acting up? I have not done a thing.
Yeah, all right.
I am a good boy.
Yeah. So if you recognize that voice, yes, Ivy is back this week. But before we even get to this nigga introduction, we're gonna introduce us first. Goddamn it, this is not his podcast. What's good, people? This is the What's It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And this week on episode 136, we getting into the mind of Robert Eggers, Nosferatu. Jazz, don't act like that. Don't act like that. But with this film, of course, I had to bring in one of my buddies. I've been trying to get him on the podcast for quite some time. Terrell, how are you today, sir?
I am doing great. 146 is that
136?
136. Oh, okay, man. That is huge. I thank you for having me on. Well, thank you guys for having me on. And I am anxious. I am ready to talk about and get into this film, which is my favorite film of the year. So thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Please plug whatever you got going on. Let the people know where they can follow you, where to find you, and what everything you got going on.
For sure. So I do have my own podcast called We Gave Up Naming This Podcast. You can find that podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music. We're also on YouTube as well if you want to watch what we have going on. So that's what I got going on right now, you know. Hopefully we are on episode 10 now, so hopefully we can get up to 136 episodes like you guys. So.
You got it. Y'all got it.
All it takes is just a consistent group.
Yes, sir.
And that's pretty much it, man. And of course, we brought back one of our horror movie aficionados, also a film maker. Also, Terrell do films as well, so maybe y'all can work together in film. He got a movie on Tubi. I was thoroughly impressed with the actual film personally.
Appreciate it.
But my guy Ivy, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. If I ain't got really shit else to plug except we just keep trying to push the short film. We're supposed to do our main one, but here's the problem. A lot of my actors, they do theater, so this is peak theater season. The spring, them first 3 months, oh my god, they can't film no more. They schedule stuff. So okay, fuck it. We gonna take a break when we get back to writing. So I'm gonna do some little mini shorts before we do our main feature. I definitely want to try to. I have a horror itch that I just want to scratch so badly. I have a horror and thriller itch I want to scratch badly, so I may do little 2-minute teasers and shit before we do this wholesome coming of age movie. Because hey, stop putting guns in this wholesome coming of age movie. Stop making this a tense experience, making a coming of age thing. I said I can't help myself. So like, hey, Sam, stop choosing violence. I can't. I can't.
AJ, obviously he channeling his Sam Jackson energy inside of him.
It's fighting him.
like Willem Dafoe in the Goblin Mask. God, am I ready to...
But I've been thinking about that myself though. I'm gonna try to write something. I write stuff all the time. I write like lines or notes or like a scene every day, just of different stuff. And I don't know if it's all gonna be one thing, but I definitely put things up collectives in different places.
I will say this one thing, because I used to be, especially when I was in high school, because I've been doing like movie criticism since I was about 16 years old. I used to even run a Tumblr blog called Cinema is My Life. It's still up if you guys ever want to check it out. Just look at stupid shit I was into back when I was
Oh
like
yeah,
in high school. But
yeah.
I
Drop
was
that link.
very I was very harsh on movies back then. Once you
See,
really get into the
back
process of making it
Oh,
and
oh,
understanding the writing
Ivy,
process,
Yeah.
he said
I'm
back
sorry to cut
then.
you off, but you did say back then. We're not lying tonight. We're being
no, oh
completely
no,
honest and
I was
transparent.
no. You
You
need
was
to know
worse. You was
me.
worse at 16. So you
Oh
used to
my
hate it,
God, I
but you
was.
used to hate everything. But then you also, I think you Gen Z. You're not a millennial, right?
I'm late 95, so I'm kind of like an in-betweener. So I'm like the back
Well,
end of Gen Z,
Okay.
early.
So you
I'm like the prototype of Gen Z.
okay.
yeah.
So
So
I
you,
was
you
like, I was a dick. Oh my God. I was cussing folks out on the podcast. I was like, man, this is ass. I went back and started watching it. I was like, damn. I said,
I'm
why do
so
I hate this? They said, nigga, you
Yeah.
was
I'm
a, they
so
said you was
glad
a dickhead back then.
what you
I'm
finna
so
say, Jay?
glad that
Yeah.
that energy, you've been able to tone it down. That's what we love.
Yeah.
It sounded like you
I
had
was
short boy energy back then, Ivy. So I'm glad you ain't got
I'm
that no
sure
more.
boy. It's funny
Yeah.
because I'm 6 feet. I'm just a
Yeah.
crash out.
No,
I'm
I
just
went
a
through the
natural
same thing
crash out.
though. With writing my first film in like 2021 and doing short films and trying to fund film, get everybody to do everything, pretty much directing, producing everything. So I just like you, Sam, have definitely have a new appreciation for how hard it is to do a project. So I used to be a harsher, but now I've softened on my takes because
See,
it's super difficult.
you get it
Yeah.
because even now at some point I will crack jokes with hella cracking jokes, but I'll never treat my jokes as true criticism.
Yeah.
Like I would say it's like if it doesn't really take away the experience, but it's a run experience for me, I'm not really pissed at leaving. There's rare occasions. I think the last time I was just furious watching the movie was maybe Trap, but that's like it. Outside of
Oh,
that, I don't really care anymore.
we're not gonna bring
Yeah.
that into 2025, but since we are in our second episode of 2025,
Correct.
Nosferatu. I want to start off since before we get into this, a lot of the things about this film and Robert Eggers, his past films before we started recording, I know that y'all wanted to get into that. And so, Terrell, I want to start with you first since you are our guest.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of his previous films prior to this one dropping?
Yeah, so I was aware of him. So of course I seen The Witch in 20, I think it came out 2016 if I'm not mistaken. Um I thought The Witch was it's a slow burn. I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't can I spoil the film? Can we give it away? I don't know how y'all do it,
Oh no,
but
go
okay.
crazy. We never gonna bring that on the
Jace,
podcast.
Jason's rule is no spoiling anything that we're gonna review. So everything else is
Got you. Everything's fair
so
game.
we
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
y'all
so
had like
crazy.
9 years to watch it. Y'all had 9 years to watch it. But with The
Exactly.
Witch, I thought the premise of the film was really good. The ending with pretty much like I like devil films. I like devil. A lot of his films kind of deal with it, I suppose. But
It's
Yep.
very
the
occultish.
yeah, right. So the Witch I really wasn't a fan of. Too much of a slow burn for me. But after watching Nosferatu and seeing his work and how much I enjoyed the film of Robert Eggers, I definitely went back and put The Lighthouse and The Northman on my list to watch. So I haven't seen those, but from what I read, the little bit that I read about The Lighthouse and how it's so hard to put it into a different genre. Like that was what that intrigued me. Like, is it horror? Is it drama? Is it this? Is it that? I was like, okay, I'm sold. I don't need to hear any. I don't need to read anything else. I have to watch this film. So I'm looking forward to watching The Lighthouse. And I've seen that like Willem Dafoe is in a lot of his movies. Like pretty much
He's in all of
He's
them.
in he's
yeah,
in the
is he
last
in The
three.
Witch? Yeah.
No, he's
So he
not.
wasn't in
He's
The
not in the
No,
Witch.
he's not in The Witch.
He's in the
Right,
he's
right,
in the
right.
other three though.
So the last three, and I know, and we were talking about the Green Goblin a little bit earlier, and my newfound appreciation for Willem Dafoe, like his role in, Spider-Man, like Oh my God! I'm talking about the new one, the latest one. You know when
No
he
Way
was
Home.
He
No
was
Way
phenomenal
Home.
in that.
No Way
I
Home,
would
No Way Home. Like oh
He
my
owned
God,
that.
he killed it. He killed
Steam
it.
Steam
if I ever need a crazy eccentric nigga in my movie, I am calling Willem Dafoe and saying Richard
Yes,
Price because
yes,
this
I
nigga
know.
he just walks onto the scene and it just starts
Stealing,
tripping.
just stealing, just start. He's a scene stealer. So in that movie
For
and in this
sure.
film, but yeah. To answer your question, I have to watch his previous two films, but I'm looking forward to watching them.
So I'm not
Okay.
not to steal your thunder, Jazz. So did you? What was that? What was the movie, Jazz, with Nick Cage from last year? The Devil.
Long legs.
Did you watch that, Terrell?
I actually watched the first 35 to 40 minutes of Long Legs.
You weren't feeling it.
Another, oh, no. So what happened? I think the person I was watching it with, like, she fell asleep, and then I was just like, and I kind of checked out of it, but
Dang.
it wasn't, it was another like slow burn. Like I can appreciate a slow burn film, but it wasn't doing enough to grab me within that first 30 minutes. So it probably gets good after that, but I'll have to go back and check it out.
The payoff for Long Legs wasn't worth the burn. It's fine, but
Oh,
it wasn't worth it's solid. It's just there's an inside joke between me and my friends about Blair Underwood. I want to chime in with the Long Legs thing. That is the second movie like consecutively that Nick Cage is in where he says "Hail Satan" at some point in it.
mm.
That's
What's the other movie?
he says it in
Was it
Renfield.
Face Off?
Renfield,
He says it in Renfield.
the vampire movie.
Yeah,
Ironically,
he's playing Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Essentially, it's supposed to be a sequel to that Dracula.
The comedy,
Yeah.
it's a comedy film, right?
More so.
I
More
wish
so.
I wish it was more scared. I wish it leaned more into horror.
And shit,
but
that's Nick in that movie too, huh?
He is.
Yep, that's why I said the second
Holt.
time he said Hail Satan. Oh, Nicholas Holt.
Nick
yeah.
Holt.
Nick Holt
Yeah.
with it. Nicholas Holt, man, he's been on a run.
Yeah.
He's been on a run that I wanted him to do 10 years ago. But he's better late than never.
Sometimes you catch your stride when it's time for you to catch it.
But being in my age group, remember Skins was like a big thing, and we watching him go from Skins to that's like the show that a lot of people broke out from. What is his name? Dev Patel was in Skins. Daniel Kaluuya was in Skins. That's a London show.
It's
a UK show. So
think
somewhere between a mix between Degrassi and Euphoria. It's not as it's not as visually compelling.
I didn't watch Degrassi when I was growing up. We couldn't afford that. We couldn't afford Noggin.
I wasn't watching Drake back then.
Man, we was on that whole the internet. You know, it's funny when Drake first came out. I said, he has a very distinct thumbish face.
Ivy.
I'm like,
Ivy.
Y'all
go to the movie, Ivy. Right, I'm on him tonight. You got a sober Jazz tonight, and I'm on your ass tonight.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm like, yo, this looks familiar. He just looks familiar.
Ivy. I don't want to get off subject. I just saw your name, Jazz. Toes are us. I think I feel like I saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
I'm sick of
that was definitely done purposely.
There's the Daenerys Targaryen like last year. It's just like she just keeps those House Targaryen. It's like she just keeps doing this shit.
Okay, so
remember her Ivy was her feet. Her Ivy was her feet like for the last 6 months.
Obviously, I'm on Ivy's timeline, and I'm glad.
Back to you, Jazz.
It's funny, Terrell, that you mentioned The Lighthouse because The Lighthouse was a movie that scared him out of his sleep.
Oh,
and
okay.
He said,
really?
He hit the.
I was fucked up for a night, like 2 nights. I was fucked up for like 2 nights.
Jason said, "Y'all need to watch this movie. It scared the shit out of me." I watched it. I got through 45 minutes and I turned it off. Wow. It was not for me. I was not a fan of it. It wasn't for me. I was trying to find the fear that Jason saw. Couldn't find it.
Oh, you didn't find it. I thought you were in agreement with him that you were. So you didn't see it.
Oh no.
It was.
I don't think Jason saw it.
See, what happened was when I was
don't
watching.
Tell the film, look,
I won't tell it. I won't do that because you said you want to see it. So I'm watching the film, and I nod off while watching it. Yes, I'm watching it. Then I wake up, but the TV got turned up some kind of way, and it was a scene that just boom. I'm like waking up, and I'm seeing what's. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is this? I'm like, bro, who is in the house? Like, what is going on? I turned everything off. and turned the lights on because I was like, I'm not sleeping with the lights off. And I ain't never felt like that. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it felt a bit like I was bringing the devil into the place. And I was like, nah, we got to get this. We got to
It's
get
funny.
this out
That's
of
the
here.
movie you do that to, but oh, you got to see The Witch. You got to see The Witch, bro. Like if you felt like that about The Lighthouse, you got to see The Witch.
It was just that scene. When I finished the movie, I felt a little bit differently after I seen it. But I mean, I enjoyed the watch. Like I said, it watching that made me appreciate Robert Pattinson as an actor. That's
I think
what I got from it.
can I add, that's the movie where I remember we were very skeptical about him being Batman because he had already been cast at that point. By the time I saw that one, I said, okay, I'm sold. I don't need to. I didn't need to see a trailer. Once I saw that movie, and then Tenet came out the following year, I said, okay, I'm sold. Sold with him as Batman. I'm not gonna
But
question
speaking,
shit.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna question shit no more. I said this guy has range. I did not. I was not familiar with this game. I was not. That
Yeah.
brother is nice. He's nice
Yeah,
with it.
but speaking of Robert Pattinson, and you know, like one of his first like big roles, of course, was Twilight. And the thing that I love about Nosferatu is making vampires scary again, because we went through this whole sensitive era of sweet vampires and funny vampires and all this, but I think one of my biggest takeaways is just making vampires scary again, making them evil. So I just
We
want
had
to
to
throw that
do,
out there.
Jazz
we
finna
had to
get
deal
on
with
your ass.
we had to deal with Teen Wolf. We had to deal with the originals. We had to deal with Vampire Diaries.
Whoa.
Even
We not talking about Klaus, bro. We not bringing Klaus up in this. Klaus was
oh
that
no,
nigga. Klaus
it's
still
a
that
it's
nigga. I
oh no,
don't
it's a
care.
good show, but at the end of the day, Dracula is very leans heavily into like gothic horror, and we haven't gotten that type of Dracula really since Bram Stoker's Dracula back in 1992.
You didn't like you didn't what about the what's that, the last Demeter?
Oh,
Uh,
the voyage
oh,
of
don't
the
get me.
Voyage
The
of the
boy,
Last Demeter. You weren't fooling with that. That was a pretty good horror vampire movie in my
it
opinion.
you,
was.
you
A
know,
lot of people weren't fans of it though.
I'm gonna let y'all have that one though. I'm not gonna do too much.
You didn't like it?
I'm not gonna do too much. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
I think that was
We
a
I,
solid
That's
I
a
said
movie.
sign that it
I'm gonna be
was,
good
but
today.
Ivy didn't like it.
I'm gonna be good today. You
You
feel
already
me?
messed up.
I'm gonna
But
be good today. You know what I
Jason,
mean?
Jason, was this on one of your must-see movies of 2024?
It was actually, yeah. I was excited to see it because I'm a big fan of not Nicholas Hoult, but who the guy that played. I'm over here tripping.
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill
Bill
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Yes, I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of him, and I like to see what he does with roles. He typically can lose himself in them, and he didn't look. I mean, I every time I'm like, man, is this nigga behind this? It
Right.
does
Right.
not look
Is it
like
him?
him.
Is
And
it
he
him?
What's
be,
funny
and,
to
you know,
me,
he doing them like all the different languages and stuff. He can throw in there and just the accents and stuff like that. That's always very cool to me, just seeing how they do those.
So I
what's funny,
think
I'm sorry.
I think this movie, because he had 3 movies drop last year
He
in
did.
2024,
Now, don't
and
talk about
2
one
of them
them.
bombed. 2 of them bombed,
Was it one of
and
them was
so
the
I
Crow,
think
right?
Yeah,
was The Crow, and I
he
think
killed a
Boy
boy.
Killed a
Oh,
Girl,
boy,
or
I watched. Look, I watched that Saturday with my son. Boy Kills World.
how was it? Yep, that
Okay,
reaction is like,
I wanted to love it because me and my son are big. So in addition to movies, I love video games, and it was kind of video game inspired. It had some little tropes in there, but I'm finding myself more and more. So it's one of those kind of movies where, we had my guy in there. So have y'all ever seen The Raid or The Raid 2?
Yeah, I
I
love the
think that's
Raid. That's my
Jason's
favorite.
favorite
My
So
favorite.
movie.
Them
so
shits
yeah,
is the
yeah.
shit.
Like the little karate man, the little short guy
Which one?
the bad guy who
Oh.
at the end they fought him 2-on-1. They had a similar scene in Boy Kills World. But what I have the disconnect is now with a lot of movies with the gun with shooting scenes when you're people are fighting, like you got hands or whatever, and people have guns. So it's that my willing suspension of disbelief is off with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, you can just get a gun and shoot these people, and it's I don't know. It's like a good 6. It's a good 6.
A good sit. I'm not mad at
It's a
that.
good
That's what the Raid was. They all they did was shoot. He was like, see, these I like these better.
Yeah.
Let's put these down. Let's fight. I said, come on. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
He whooped
Yeah.
that nigga ass though.
But he's in there. He's still kicking ass. He's still dope. Yeah, I think it's worth the watch just to see him jack. He's still jacking 3,000. So
I'm gonna peep that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a very talented actor, and I would say in this movie, I forgot it was him.
Yeah.
Completely forgot. So I would say like what he was able to bring to this role was very, very good. But I also think the entire cast showed up, in my opinion.
Man, your girl from them dragons. I thought I forgot that was her.
It's not her. She just looks like her.
Wait,
Who are you
that's not
talking about?
that ain't the girl
From the Dragons?
House of the Dragons.
That's Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't her. All these white women look like.
Don't you do that.
They look.
I said, look at Allison.
They do look very.
You're talking about Ellen?
I thought it was Allison. Yeah, I thought Ellen was Allison. That's not Allison.
No,
Bro, I thought you were talking about Daenerys. She
the-
looks more like Daenerys from the
That's the
first
girl
original
from-
Game of Thrones.
That's the girl
She
from
was the Idol.
she's an idol. And this made me
Yeah.
realize that we need to
I didn't
publicly
watch
execute Sam Levinson, because he has this thing where he can make the most talented actor / actress look like the worst person on screen. We have to.
Who you do that to? Oh, you talking about
Lily Rose, he hasn't had been doing it because I've started seeing Jacob Elordi. Like pretty much the entire cast from Euphoria, they look better outside of Euphoria. When he did the Idol, Lily Rose Depp looked so freaking awful in the show. She looked like she was checked out. She looked like she had no range. I'm like, oh, another nepotism thing going on. Whatever.
That's why.
And then just seeing her, like the fact that even the shaking that she was doing, like she trained with a specific type of Japanese style dance to do that, so they'd have to do the CGI. She was giving a hell of a performance. I'm just in general. She was giving a hell of a performance. I just did not know that she had that right.
See, I thought, okay, so I'm over here. I've been confused the whole time. I thought it was a
That
different white woman.
That shaking she was doing was a rose. That's what that was.
A rose.
Man,
it was hilarious, but
Emily
no, she was doing her thing. She
said
that Rose was doing that thing. That's what
but the fact that everybody thought it was CGI, and it's just like, no, this is real.
I don't know this.
Okay, what about the shaking looked real, but what about the scene when she was on the bed and she contorted upwards? Was that real as well?
Back was broke.
That's what they did. What I'm thinking of how they did it, because they don't have the budget for really a lot of CG.
Mm-hmm.
They did that with a harness where you just pulled somebody up like that, but like the facial expression, everything. Oh, that's real.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she
killed it. She killed it.
Damn. Okay, I ain't know. I've never seen none of her work.
You have to stop getting your white women mixed up, Jason. It's crazy because you say it with so much confidence, and everybody wait.
I said, look at Allison. She can act.
my nigga thought.
It's crazy that she's saying Allison, but she looks more like Daenerys. I can't think of her name. The actress.
Ray.
Emilia Clarke.
No.
Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke. From the original. The original.
Yeah. She looks. I'm saying Lily Rose Depp looks more like Emilia Clarke to me.
She does. I'll give her that.
You know what? In this picture right here, she like the Scarlet Witch. All the white women look alike. How about that? We just gonna put
this guy here.
In this opening scene, we come to find out we see Ellen. She tries to say the Sierra prayer, but she ended up bringing a demon instead of a good man.
The future prayer.
She said the future prayer. I was about to say,
hey. So I was just like, Orlok brought it in crazy, like in the woods, in the grass, just choking me like that.
Ass naked.
Like, don't play nothing. I wasn't expecting the high level of freakiness from this movie, even though everybody said vampire projects are normally freaky. I not like this. 30 Days a Night wasn't like this. Blade wasn't like this.
They're more sensual. They're more sensual, right? So and this one was way more animalistic. You know, the vampires was just like we're talking about Twilight. Like everybody was sensitive and sensual. And even with Bram Stoker's Dracula, it was more loving, more romantic. So
this was very. It leans a lot to the idea. I've seen a lot of people talk have specific themes on it or their interpretations. I know one theme that came up was very how that era of Victorian era Europe was very kind of posturized and repressed. So it was very like an idea of like some like a woman understanding and learning her sexuality. She feels like a monster because of it. And in other people, they layered it as sexual assault. Like there's different ways to interpret it. So that opening scene,
it's sexual assault, my boy.
Yeah, that's
oh
where
no,
that's where I
no,
It's
was.
sexual assault,
no,
though,
I'm no that opening scene was crazy. I remember like because I was checking my phone for something because I was sending one last text message.
This
I
man
seen that nigga pop up. I screamed like,
I don't know. Hold on, let me go back, Jason. Like the thing is though, because I just labeled it as sexual assault too, but he does kind of ask for consent though.
So in a sense, but he be
right?
He be
And I
finessing.
said,
He
hey,
be finessing you at the
he
same
said, I'm gonna
time.
kill your
Like,
family.
He
You
be
got a
like
choice. I'm gonna kill your family,
mesmerizing
though.
her for real. Like
He
so
got it when she was
you
a kid,
asked
though,
me
right?
for my
'Cause
permission.
Yep, she was a teenager.
Yeah.
She was a kid. Like it's like that's kind of crazy to go
Oh
and
yeah,
get.
kids can't consent. So
Like
yeah.
but
So
then
that's why you asked.
so
That's why you asked again.
did y'all watch have any of y'all okay so this is a you know we got this vampire project, we talking about decent vampire project. I do think one of the better ones or best ones for me in my opinion of years was Interview with a Vampire. Have y'all seen
I
that
knew you was
TV
gonna bring
show?
that one up.
I got to, bro. You talking
I
about
have to rewatch.
you talking about the TV show? You watch if you
Oh
say
no. I never.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
oh no, watch no watch the
TV
TV,
show
not
was
watch the
fire.
TV, watch the TV
I know.
show. You
I
talking
know
about
the
writing?
TV show.
Like you talk about somebody being compelled to be in love with somebody against their will and they trying to fight against it. This was very similar to that, and she gave that. Like I think the Jacob from Game of Thrones, he sold it more still, in my opinion. But Lily, she gave it because I was looking at my shoes when she was in that grass, and then she turned to the side of this guy. I said, "God damn!" I said, "That's a hell of an intro, boy. Come on, I want to stand up and clap in that much."
Before the title card.
Yeah. They definitely came in with a bang.
They definitely set the tone.
Didn't they bang?
Sure. But Jason, what did you think about our two leads with coming in with Ellen and Thomas? Because we see she had a dream, and she's obviously signs of she can see visions before they happen. So, what did you think about this introduction of us being introduced to those two characters?
I mean, I would have been very conflicted because I guess with him, he was just looking to provide the life that he felt she wanted in that moment. But at the same time, I guess it was one of those things of, hey, I'm telling you, if you do this, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Don't. So just seeing him kind of go, you know, with that confliction, and then just as you see the story play out, you kind of see how many things was being pulled, or how many strings are being pulled to get him to go out there and to go out there to where he had to go to. It was kind of crazy, but I don't know what I would have done in that situation, because she seemed very concerned in that moment. So at that point, I think the right thing would have been to stay with your wife, because she definitely was more compelling, I guess, in their mind. But I don't know. I got some more questions as we get deeper into the film to try to see what was driving him to go so hard. Because I would have been like, you know what, it was so many points. He was like, nah, my boy, I can't keep doing this.
I mean, I guess it's the fact that he wanted that pay increase at his job. He was obviously asking Frederick, his friend, for money, and he wanted to provide a good life for his wife, which they're newlyweds, completely understand that. But I thought the scene was funny because she was trying to get her some dick before he went to work. And
she was like, hey.
He was like, how did I get such a dirty wife? To where obviously her sexual urges were kind of frowned upon a little bit, even though it wasn't too much of a spotlight on it, but you have somewhat of breadcrumbs being left to see where the story was pretty much going to go. Ivy, during this opening scene, were you pretty much familiar with where this story was going to take us?
I've seen the original, and I saw the 1976 version. So I've seen both of them.
Okay.
I
was so is the
story
pretty much the same?
Nosferatu is probably the most straightforward vampire story. Like it condenses the Dracula story. So one thing and I knew it was getting a different perspective. The opening scene when I saw was about his wife, I'm like, oh, you're going from her perspective. which I was a little into. So I was like, okay. And I remember I kept seeing people saying, no, it's a little different. And I'm like, no, it's kind of the same movie, except you just change the POVs, which I think this makes for a better version of the movie. Because if you go back and watch the older version, you'll be like, Jesus, Thomas Hutter kind of sucks in the older version. You'll be like, man, you'll be like, fuck Thomas Hutter. Oh, like, give her that dick. Man, go, like, do all that shit. Like, that's what you're gonna be into. That's what you're gonna be into. My bad. It is getting cold. I was in the middle of making chili when we started this episode. So I
You're
have to make
completely fine. You have your arms out, so of course you cold.
We got the guns out.
Always got my arms out. Regular shirts don't fit me, But no, that genuinely, I felt that seeing it from her perspective, it was going to give interesting take to the movie, and I was not disappointed. This whole movie based around Nicholas Holt's character, it would not have been as interesting.
Yeah. Jason, they made the house doing Kendrick Lamar push-ups.
It's funny. What's funny is fuck. I tried them shits today. That bitches hurt.
I was right.
Those bitches hurt. Oh my god.
Bro, you ain't been to prison, bro. Them prison push-ups, bro.
Them shits hurt. Right. I see why niggas come from prison swole as fuck. They just be eating ramen and doing push-ups.
Stay free, Ivy. Stay free. So, obviously, it seems like where the story was going, Thomas had to leave for a 6-week journey.
Yeah.
Removing him from his wife's home. Do you think Orlok was a simp for this type of behavior? Because it's just like, so you mean to tell me you just like, okay, let me go ahead and put him on this journey so then I can seep in and get your woman?
That's a good question. Do I think he was a simp? I mean, I don't think he was a simp. I feel like, and I think when they're leaving to when she's begging him to, like, she's breaking down, like, I don't want you to go. And you see them in the carriage, drive together. I'm like, oh, she's about to go on a journey with him, right? I thought that would have been a dope angle. Like, what if she would have went on? I thought he was about to go on a trip with him, right? But he drops her off at the friend's house. But do I think Orlok is a simp? Like, I mean, he was gonna get his woman by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So, and did he do it in a? So I don't say simp because that's his woman. That was his woman already. You know what I'm saying? She had already promised herself to him. So really,
she was underage, so it doesn't count.
I mean,
I got a follow-up question.
Okay. Demons don't care about consent, bro. They don't care about that. I'm just saying, in the demon non-consent world.
You said in the demon non-consent world. I thought you said demons don't care about consent. I was about to be like, hey, I'm about to say I'm touching in real life.
Not our society.
These are white people. You ain't even in this movie. It's all right.
Right. None of us, and I'm not mad at that at all whatsoever. But my follow-up question is, who do you think his number one artist is on his Spotify rap?
Who? What?
Orlok's. Yeah. Who do you think his number one artist is?
Playboy Cardi.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
I know who it is.
I mean, who do you think his number one artist is?
Without a doubt, Bryson Tiller. Without a fucking doubt, it's Bryson Tiller. Listen to Bryson Tiller as like,
bro. No Bryson Tiller slander.
Like, listen to shit that Bryson Tiller be saying. It's like, man, this nigga Orlok think like he thought like
that.
That's why I listen to Bryson Tiller music.
What did you invite me to, Jay? First Drake.
I love Bryson. I went to his concert. I love Bryson Tiller. I love Bryson Tiller.
Jason, who you think he is?
Man, the nigga I hate the most, Joe.
Really?
What your man won't do? Hell yeah, that's Joe all the way.
Real as fuck. Oh my god. Now, what's that one song from Jagged Edge? He can't love you.
He can't love you like I love you. Man, come on, man. Get on like that'd be a nice.
I feel like now I need to make a video clip of like with that music in the background with Orlok with his eyes just staring at Helen.
When he take the locket and sign over the papers and shit.
Why are you taking the jewelry though?
He said, my locket.
He was naked smelling it. With the lilac
on
it.
And then his eyes are rolling the back of his head and shit. So I'm like, oh, freaky nigga.
I'm gonna change my answer. Like, his play. You know who's on his playlist? Probably his favorite artist. It's probably The Dream. If you ever listen to The Dream, like The Dream tells us that he's a hater. The dream tells us that, he's a hater. And
this
Hey,
nigga,
you remember Love King?
Yes.
Oh, he was
Yes.
hating in Love King. I'm like,
he
Jesus,
said it.
nigga.
He said, I'm a hater.
That nigga be hating.
He said that. So it might be the dream, man. It might be the dream.
dream.
Playboy Cardi when you want to get a little freaky. Or the dream when you want to get freaky. I don't know.
I love your girl.
I'm shocked none of y'all said Drake, but
I knew that's what you were trying to
That's
get
too
to.
easy.
I knew what you were
easy.
trying to get to. Drake be.
I was just trying to see where people would land with that question. That's all.
It's for sure Bryson Tiller, man. I'm sorry. It's Bryson.
It's probably some really like some Motorhead or some shit, some Pantera type shit. Really, some real. I don't know. Yeah.
But we see Thomas is pretty much going on this journey. Ivy, how did you feel about the cinematography as Thomas was on this journey? Because I think me and you had was on the timeline briefly talking about some of the lighting when we got to meet Orlok.
I was in awe learning because something that I've been trying to teach myself too, because of I'm trying to do my features based on me shooting out. Like we're shooting a lot of scenes outside. So I'm like, how do I get the lighting right for when we're very mobile and outside? This entire movie was shot in like natural lighting. It was wow. That even especially in the castle, there's no external lighting. That's all natural candle lit. There's no real set, and it's set in a traditional sense. They filled out a sets where it looks like a very 1830s, 1840s bedroom or whatever the fuck you want to call your dining area. They made sure they filled it out to where you really feel the ambiance in that place. I don't know how. I know that very high exposure, but Jesus Christ, that is one of the toughest things to do because you don't know what you're really looking at until you get the footage on the back end, and you have to review it. So that probably took a shit ton of takes. Kudos to them because they gave me probably some of the best shots in a horror movie I've seen all year. Which that award probably would have gone to Alien Romulus if this movie never came out. With ease. Some of the best cinematography, if it wasn't this, it was Alien Romulus, without a doubt.
Okay. Jason, same question to you.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it. Like I didn't, when I'm looking at it, I don't know what's real, what's not, but I felt as if it was real because when he started, like I think one of the best ones is of course, like I said, he's traveling. And he goes against, I don't know, I'm could be wrong, I don't know, but the gypsy people, I felt like, or whatever he was when he got to the town.
The Romanis.
Okay, the Romanians. They were trying to sell him on the stuff, but then when he tried to go find the horse because the horse went missing and he's crossing over all that field. I'm like, God damn, this kind of look nice. But then the other thing I feel like they kept playing with was like the colors or whatever it was with the color grading, because it went from like normal colors to almost like black and white, like when he got to the castle. And I was like, I said, nigga, I'm like, it not my colors going too in my eyes. Like, what's going on? As I'm watching it, but I'm like, man, they just playing with the film like this. So I enjoyed the cinematography. It was a lot of fun. As far as my favorite of last year, I still Smile 2 still is top dog in my opinion, but. And I think Doom was pretty cool, even though I got the thing against saying, but I think Doom 2 was all right. It was up there as well.
Yeah, we're not going down that road because not at all. We gonna focus on this snow that's over here. Terrell, what do you think about the cinematography as Thomas was on this voyage?
Oh, man, it was amazing. And Sam brought up Alien. I loved Alien Romulus as well. I think that's my second favorite movie behind this movie of the year. But oh my God, the dining hall scene with the fireplace, like the natural light, the way the shadows dance, and when they're walking up the stairs to get to Orlok's not chamber but dining hall in there. And Sam just said like they did all that with natural light, and that is amazing. That takes it up another notch for me. Like it's just how well they were able to play with shadows or just play with the dark. Like you weren't able to see anything, but you were able to see so much at the same time, right? So I just thought, just being how they were able to obscure him because once you show the monster, the monster, the film kind of you lose the fear of it. And I just thought the way that they obscured Orlok's face and features was amazing. Just that whole dining hall scene is my. If we talk about favorite scenes later, I'll say it to gush over it. But I thought the cinematography was just great, just throughout the film. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the comments that you guys gave. And then I do appreciate how they kind of gave us breadcrumbs of Orlok's appearance, because you saw his claws, his nails and everything. And then once Thomas cut his finger, then it just went immediately to his eyes. And I'm like,
went in demon mode. Yeah, he went in demon mode.
Right. He was about to pounce on him. So I was just like, are they going to show us any more during that scene? Like,
that line was the
what you do. Oh my God.
He not what he does. That's the line directly lifted from one of the dialogue cards from the original movie.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
they did some callbacks for the dialogue that it just felt very just honest and real, even with how they designed certain parts of the set, especially when they went back to Visborg. It leaned heavily into the abstract of the German expressionisms of how it's not where its dimensions or how everything's laid out is clearly very altered. They designed that set to where it'd be easy to film it, to where it just looks very altered. And it's bravo. They knew what they were doing to the T. But I've come to learn throughout the last few movies, you're going to, especially if you watch The Lighthouse and then, which one have you seen?
Just the Wit. So I have to watch the Lighthouse in the North.
Oh my God. He is a history nerd. He is unbelievably
I can tell.
historically accurate. He is historically accurate. Like, you will see Jesus. That guy
don't fuck with black people either, though. Tim Burton.
Hey, probably.
They say
no. Anytime I meet a white person, I assume they're a little racist. I'm not gonna lie to you. So like, it's just what it is with me.
But I like what Nicholas Hoult in this scene sold it for me because his fear.
That nigga was scared.
Handled me.
His ass off. I was terrified for him.
Because I was just like, so you see his nails, right? And I understand you got to get him to sign, but you can't forge it. So then you can leave. Like, he was just so scared in that scene, and you can see it in his face. And then to wake up the next morning and you got bite marks. So he was just like, wait, there ain't no women around. So where these bite marks come from?
Man, sucking on man titty. It's crazy.
The fact that Orlok is sucking on him, but also channeling his wife back at home. I'm like, oh,
diabolical.
So question. So
threesome.
This is one of the moments I question. Was he compelling him, or like what was he? Because there is a scene at the end when he's running in the sun. I'm like, this nigga could have vanished, and that shit would have been hard if he just would have vanished because he was running as the sunlight was coming up. I was like, he turned the nigga to a vampire, so this nigga finna be out of here too. I was like, that would have been crazy. Yeah. But like,
he definitely was compelling him. Yes, like when he sucked his blood. Yeah.
So the true vampire lore in like the original book is when you bite them, you don't automatically turn into a vampire. It's a weird, long, lengthy process. Essentially, what Canuck was saying what he wanted to do is like he promised I could be part of him or whatever. Like, it's a long process to do it, but essentially, he was kind of, you're right. He was kind of being used as a vessel, but in a very weird way. The way he was drawing his blood was also very sexual too. Like, I went back and saw it because I kept looking at it. I said, "What?"
You saw that whole body?
Like he was straddling him.
He was hunched over. It's just like weird. So I'm just like, "Fuck no!"
No, he was on him. Like, bro, he was straddling him. Like I feel
and he was gyrating.
Yeah, like I
Thomas was between his legs.
If you need blood,
like imagine a big.
I want to do it sideways. Like, let me put my feet. Like,
I told you,
we can get perpendicular.
My barber used to when I was a kid. I said, "Hey man, you got to
imagine a big ass mastiff dog on you, just licking you. It's very slowly like that. Like that's what that shit looked like for real.
Since both of y'all are fans of Alien Romulus, look, Orlok. He had the dick though. He had the dick over here.
You sick.
Romulus did not.
Stop bringing that nigga up, yo. Because that's been your hear me out for the longest. Please stop bringing that nigga up. Like, I don't want to hear about that nigga.
The Romulus baby.
She said the
That
Romulus
nigga-
baby.
Look at the Romulus baby
the
is
Romulus
crazy.
baby.
He was grown.
Yeah, I
He
know. He
was
was
grown.
the baby for like 32 seconds.
When she pushed the egg out, I said, "Poor thing. I wanted you to live."
Who y'all think will win a fight though between Orlok and
Orlok.
Romulus?
Romulus fucking
Orlok.
him up.
Romulus.
Romulus fucking him up.
Orlok. I got to get the Orlok back.
Yeah, he don't
Are
even
there
move
rats?
fast.
Are
But
there
hold
rats
on.
available?
The way they
know.
shot. No, the way they shot the certain scenes of it, it kind of alludes that Orlok can kind of teleport.
It did.
And
The way he
shit.
man, that shit was hard. The way he was moving around Nick in that room, he said, "Come here."
Yeah.
He said, "Come to the fire."
At some point, I had to time out at some point. I said, "Let me go pee real quick." So the restroom's right next to my theater. I said, "Am I tripping?" Why
does Ivy always tell us that he has to go to the bathroom every time he watches a movie? He doesn't go before the movie starts.
So here's why. Because I did like a 2 or 3 o'clock showing. I was like having some drinks with some people because it was like Christmas Day. I took my mom to the airport already, so I'm at the house kind of chilling. So I had some folks over. We are just drinking. I said, "Oh shit, let me go see this movie real quick. I'll holler at y'all niggas at like 4 or 5. Uber, head over there." And I'm like, shit, I needed a break. I said, yo, am I tripping? I said, am I misinterpreting the movie? I said, is this real? I said, what's happening here? Because like the cuts and edits were weird. I'm like, am I like, is this all a dream? What's really happening here? What the fuck?
And some of them they were kind of some of the cuts were abrupt, but I felt like that's what kind of took you into the story, and that's why I felt as if it felt like he was grabbing your face, like look at this, look at like because it was like what. Like, man,
I turned my phone off once I started seeing it. I was like, "No, let me lock in real quick." I turned that phone off. He was all right, cool. I'm like, we here now. We here.
Yeah. One of the funniest things because I took my son, he's 16, to see it with me. I didn't know it was gonna be that freaky before.
It was like not even sensual. It was like hardcore.
16.
Freaky.
So, but the thing he said was like after that scene was like especially after the chamber scene or whatever. I mean the dining hall scene. When he's teleporting around. He was like, "Yeah, I had to de-immerse myself because it was getting a little too scary." Like he said, he had to de-immerse himself, and I was like, "That is so true." Because and that goes back to the cinematography. I'm sure it's very. I know it's very intentional. Because how he's moving here, he turn over here, he back over here, then he's just like very, very dream-like, very surreal. Just scene.
And then we got a. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
My scene. It's gonna stay up there. You got it. You got it.
Okay. No, I was just pretty much gonna go to it to where when we finally saw his full body when he was sucking on Thomas, and so I will say, I ain't gotta say that, but I will say with his design, I did not like the mustache. I like
every
the
lady that I've talked to says that. They say they hate the stash. It's like very 70s porn stash. But I loved it because
it just
gives
mustache gives creep vibes.
It gave that time period.
It gave that time. I loved it.
The idea of Dracula.
Yeah,
this is literally Vlad the Impaler. This is literally who's based off of. In the original Dracula book, he also has like a thick mustache like that too. He went very in of like, yeah, this is a bootleg Dracula, so we have the liberties. We have all liberties we want. We have all liberties we want, but at the same time, I want to make this a very traditional vampire in the sense. Yeah. So I really genuinely have to respect it. And also, one design, people either loved it or hate it. The rotting flesh was beautiful because he is undead. He is a rotting corpse, essentially. He is hundreds of years old.
He looks very bat pigeon-like. Yeah. He's very, very frail, like a chupacabra mixed with a vampire. It was, his body was very skinny. I don't know. Like I'm not opposed to it, but I did like the rotting flesh, like you said. But he was very frail. And I mean, this is a being who has lived. I mean, he was in a grave, right? You know what I'm saying? He's been dead. She called him from the grave, so it wouldn't make too much sense if he's just out here like buff, and we can't all be Sam, so it wouldn't make sense.
I'm trying to see like this nigga was like. This nigga was just out there just listening for voices, bro. Because why was he in the kids' room too? he was in the homeboy kids' room scaring the kids. Cause they said we don't make us go back to bed, mommy. We don't want to go back to bed. The monster's gonna eat us. Nigga, he damn sure
Fucking
did.
7'7" ass monster, boy. If I see that shit, oh my god!
Why the daddy didn't wake up?
Oh, remember he put that spell on me. He said, "Do not wake.
Do not wake.
Oh,
Do
shit,
not wake."
He held it like he did this. Like the nigga didn't wake up, and the mom for some reason didn't grab the gun. That nigga.
I mean, I guess because no, it would have been smart for her to grab the gun, but then did she know how to use the gun? Because women probably around that time didn't know how to use a gun, and she was probably just like, I done spent 30 seconds to try to wake my husband up, my kids screaming. Let me go see what's going on with them, and they getting ate up like.
I was so surprised that they did that, because they don't, you don't really see. You didn't see it, but you don't really see like child murder kind of shit. But that was definitely a choice. Like I was surprised that they did that scene like that,
and like bit a chunk after. Like it was very not graphic in detail, but like it was very. It didn't leave much to the imagination. Like,
right?
Damn.
You knew what just happened. He just got with these little kids. So
and he dropped one of them on the ground. I said, "Damn."
Yeah, just drop them niggas.
Man,
drop the niggas.
But since we're already where Ellen is pretty much at the house and we see the stuff that's going on with her, what you got, Ivy? You was about to say something.
I just want, can we give appreciation to Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance? I feel like no one has shown him like a lot of love.
That is the most random ass nigga in movies. That man just pop up in
He popping up and shit.
He did a great job though.
He was good.
It's like the second or third movie. I'm like, wait, I didn't know a nigga was up in here.
I didn't know
he popping up and shit.
You did?
Fucking Craven. I didn't know that was him. I didn't know that was him. I was like, this the Craven nigga?
That's the only reason why I saw Craven.
I watched Kingsman. I didn't know the nigga was up in that movie. That was random.
Bullet Train.
Which Kingsman?
Bullet Train.
The prequel of it.
He sure was.
Which one is that?
The Kingsman.
The Golden Circle.
No, it's called The King's Man. It was like
The King's Man.
It came out. It came out during COVID. It came out during COVID.
Got you. And I still have to see Bullet Train too. I haven't seen Bullet Train.
So good.
Bullet Train was fire.
Bullet Train. If because you like the little action type movies, Bullet Train will definitely be something that'll do it for you. The Kingsman, it does kind of have a slow burn, but when it turns up, you just like you at that point you're like, oh my god.
I'll take that. I like the first two. The first two were really good. I appreciate those.
Yeah, I loved it. And shout out to Taryn, man. Taryn killing it right now. Carry On.
Yeah.
It's a me.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
You didn't? I don't think. Did you like that movie, Jazz?
I don't think I saw it.
Carry On with Jason Bateman. He was.
I did. Yeah, it was.
That's with Aaron Tegerton.
Me personally, even though I think it was overhyped. It was like cool, but people saying like it's one of the best movies on Netflix in 2024. I'm like, the reach is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. But I will say about 88.14% of this cast had other projects dropped in 2024. And I do have a list of those movies. And I'll run those on. I'm not going to say who was in it, but I'll let y'all figure it out. The Crow, Beetlejuice ×2, Deadpool and Wolverine, The First Orphan, Craven, Juror Number 2, and a movie called A Mistake. Actually, everybody that was pretty much a lead in this movie had a project drop last year outside of Ellen. This is what happens when you try to do the Sierra Prayer and you get Future. You don't have multiple projects dropping in 1 year.
To be fair, she's also very new to this too.
She did a great job.
You know what, Ivy? Whatever. But because I'll say the Dockhand was also in The Crow. You don't even know his name, do you? He's new.
To be fair, who gives a fuck about the Crow movie?
Man, nobody.
Obviously, nobody saw it.
It shouldn't have been made.
I didn't see it.
Me and Jason saw it and we reviewed it. Y'all check out our review. Jason.
Y'all go pay for that. I'm not gonna pay for that shit.
Hey, oh God.
Who said pay? No.
Hey.
I wouldn't even pay with my time to go see that shit. Like some things you just know.
Yeah.
Some things you just know.
I had hopes.
We do a movie and review podcast. Like
you got Bill Skarsgård, man. I'm just saying I don't think he would pick a bad project. You know, something I could be
Shit.
wrong. I could be wrong.
You were.
Everybody.
You were. It's okay. It's okay. Shit happens. But what did y'all think about the Olaf,
Orlok.
excuse me, his servant, which was the individual who pretty
Canuck.
much
killing it. Oh, his performance was amazing. Funny thing about that, when I first heard him, like, not first heard him because he has this like descent into madness. Like once he's like in the prison or whatever, when I heard his voice, because I tried to not like I didn't watch any trailers. Like I want to go in blind. When I first heard his voice, I thought it was Willem Dafoe, like speaking. When and then we got into the prison scene. I'm like, oh, it's the boss nigga. Like that's his boss. Like I was like, okay, cool. But when he was in there giving his speech, man, biting the heads off pigeons, like
I had to turn I had to turn away. I had this thing with gratuitous violence and blood.
It was a pigeon. Yeah.
It was a pigeon. Okay, I was about to say it was a red boy out there, like your boy Ozzy Osbourne born. But I thought
he also bit a pigeon.
He bit a bat.
Oh, it was a bat.
I think it was a bat. Yeah. But his performance was amazing. But also fuck the little doctor guy who forgot to tell Willem Dafoe that, hey, I got this nigga boss and he down here and he all crazy and shit. We might want to go talk to him.
Wait, no, I think you talking about the scene at the end.
Yeah,
Dr.
I'm saying
William.
like he did. Yeah, he didn't tell. Like he was like, oh, I forgot it. Forgive me if
by the way,
by the way, I should have told you this days ago. But we got a crazy nigga in here, and he's crazy, and he might be connected to Thomas. Like we might want to go talk. You might want to talk to him. And he was like, oh, it slipped my mind. I was like, hold on, man, this nigga is he in cahoots? But yeah,
yeah. And I also thought, like with this film, we were able to see when the Count was on his way to finally go see Ellen. You saw the ship, which, like we mentioned earlier, the last voyage of the Demeter, aka Dracula, in the movie that dropped 2023. I was a fan of, even though Ivy hated
I know
it.
What movie y'all talking about?
It's a direct connection to that chapter too.
Yeah, so I thought that was really, I thought that was dope that they added.
Isn't a black guy in that movie? It's a black guy in that movie. Oh,
yeah,
they added a black in that.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You see, they added it in there, right?
I remember that. I need to go.
Robert said
put that on my list.
You need, you got to peep that, bro. As far as seeing like,
I saw the preview.
Make vampires dark again. Yeah.
Right. I saw the preview, but I forgot. I forgot about it.
Hey man, if you want to waste your time, go ahead and do you. Go ahead.
Don't listen to him. Look, Ivy said in the opening of this episode, I am very, very critical of films. Back when he was 16, he's still that way. So
no. I can tell someone if something's stupid, it's still stupid.
He's 23.
I'll be like, you know what?
He just got out.
I can admit I can admit that they try for the fact that like they want to make vampires scary. It's still a stupid movie. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's still a stupid movie.
Check it out for yourself, and then follow back.
It's boat horror. What do you? I
mean, is it stupider than Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
No. Oh, brother.
I never saw that.
All right. Okay.
Nothing gets worse than that. Nothing gets worse than that. Except for maybe Hansel and Gretel with Hawkeye.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Y'all ain't seen the things I've seen.
But you talking about the Crow. You went to go see Hansel and Gretel.
Speak on it, Jason. Speak on it.
Yeah, because I was 17 when it came out. I had free time. I had better things to do with my time now. I'm 29. I have things to do with my time now than go see fucking. Go see fucking The Crow.
Yeah, pretty Hawkeye. Hawkeye movies.
Fuck out of here, Ivy. But I know.
I'm trying to see FKA Twigs.
Crow in The Crow.
You think I'm trying to see that for real?
I love FKA Twigs, man.
I love her music.
Jason, we gonna talk, bro.
Ivy, finish chewing your food.
Sam, we gonna fight.
Right. Finish your food. But I know we pretty much mentioned, Terrell, you mentioned earlier that your favorite scene was when they were in the dining hall. Yeah. I would definitely love to hear you guys' favorite scene from the movie. Jason, let me start with you. Or one of your favorite scenes.
I mean, I guess it would have to be when the ending possession. When he finally came home and she was going like bipolar, and she was very sentimental, very emotional, talking to him about how she felt about everything. And she got mad. She started flipping, and she was like, "Wait, fuck me like now." And I was like, "God damn!" She like flipped from one to another. So what the? I said, "What is this woman doing?" I'm turned on and upset at the same time. Cause she at the beginning he wouldn't do it, but at the end he was like, "Shit, I gotta let me get it in." Like it's like shit.
Because she just told him. So by the way, I know who this vampire is, and yes, he's after me. And I made promises to him before you came into the picture, and he be
Let
fucking
him see
me in
us.
my sleep.
Yeah.
So
let him
what
see our love. Let him see
right.
who I really love.
No,
She was
shout out to what she
wild.
said. She's like, you could never please me like you could. I was like, oh god. And it's like, no, fuck me. I'm like, wait, huh? I'm like, should I be turned on or should I like burn this house down? Like, what should I do in this situation? What is happening here?
And you got to fulfill her needs because it's about to be the end.
Hey,
Yeah.
they got their rocks off one last time, and I love that film.
I love that for them.
I love that film.
I do too, because I was just like, damn, sis, you gonna say that in front of your husband? Well, death is at the door. And you did tell him at the beginning of the movie you had a dream that you and Death were at the was at the wedding, and you was happy, and everybody else is dead. He was like,
Well,
"Yeah,
I
don't
would have
speak
divorced her
this out
immediately.
loud."
I would have divorced her immediately. There's no
I mean,
way.
you have to work on it. That's the love of your life.
Man,
You
No,
gonna divorce her over a dream?
man, he
you're not gonna
lost.
come to me.
Crazy.
I'm a person. I see the red flags. You're not gonna tell me all this crazy shit, and then you're like a weird smiling. Then like, then I met you and everything's okay. You get away from me. You get your ass away
He
from
lost
me.
his wife, his money, and his job all in the same day.
At least it ain't his homie. Look what his homie lost.
Oh, and he lost his
Yeah,
homie too.
everything.
And his homie lost all this. You see when yo, did y'all peep that his homie fucked his wife after she died?
So
Is
I
that
saw
what he
the
did?
kiss, but I was curious as to how he died.
He had the plague.
Okay, so that's when his face was broke out. So he died from the plague 2 hours after having sex with her. Dead body.
And he was in mind you, she still had the baby in her. So yeah. I saw that and said, what the fuck? I thought I was tripping the first time. Second time I said, oh no, he actually did that.
Got it.
I said, you freaky nigga. You freaky nigga.
That's beyond freaky. You're like, nah, that's very crazy.
I don't kink shame, but that's shameful there.
I can't.
Lock him up.
See, this is why you have to kink shame, because look where it goes to. You have to nip it in the bud somewhere.
But that's illegal though. Necrophilia. It's illegal.
Apparently, it wasn't back then. Apparently,
back
it wasn't
then,
back then.
You don't care about your legal. He don't care about your legal. Like, nah, he don't care.
Since we're here, let me ask y'all this. If you were living in this time and your wife was seeing visions and going through all of this type of behavior, are you telling them she's a witch?
You think it's the Crucible?
Listen, they quick to throw a bitch on a stake and burn her. So I'm just asking y'all, because if your wife tell you, look, I had a dream that me and Death got married, you and my whole family was dead, and I was happy. Your petty wouldn't kick in like, oh, this bitch gotta die.
Whatever Jason's background is, that scene, that's me. That's me to the whole household. There ain't no fucking way.
Ivy burned the kids too. Wow.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
What are you doing?
He killed half the city. I'm good on that.
As a man who dated women with mental issues, I feel like at that time, and that's not funny. That's not funny.
Because I have to. That's what I feel. Yeah.
We all have.
It's not funny.
It's a thing.
But,
crazy.
I
feel
like,
so
damn,
alone
man,
right
you gotta
now.
sleep it. You gotta sleep it off. Like, see, look, those times were very different because people were a lot more spiritual. They're a lot more in tune with, things that's going on. Not things that's going on, but with, what am I trying to say? Like religion, and I would take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be on some you gotta pray the devil away type shit. So I think me in that time period, and all the unexplained phenomenon, people were just closer to. Not gonna say the occult, but closer to the spiritual, right? So I think just me personally, I would take it seriously. I don't know what I would do, but try to be understanding. Yeah, your boy was like, I don't know. I think that's just kind of what happens because it made me think about have y'all ever seen The Outsider with
Yep.
Cynthia and Rivio? How was it
Yes.
saying? No, and it reminded me of that because it's like the friend Lily Devereaux or whatever. Her friend is kind of like, oh, she's been like this, and the dude is like, she's just basically in so many words, she's just crazy. Like she's, what I'm saying, he's not taking it seriously. But we, of course, the audience know that, oh, this is some dark forces and something at play. But it just reminded me of that, just how, some people will take it seriously and some people don't. So
Right.
He saw everything that was happening. He still don't want to believe. He said, I believe it's science. It's not logical. I said, nigga, look. I'm like, look. I want to hold his hand like, sir, look at what's happening around you.
But I love that though. But listen, as a person, I don't know what we talk about, but I'm agnostic, right? So as a person who isn't really like spiritual, like I believe in the universe and all this, I can relate to, because I am very much so a person who believes in logic, who believes in science. And but me saying agnostic, I'm like, okay, if I see some crazy shit now, I can revert and believe that. But I can relate to people who are stuck and stoic in their stance on, I ain't believing this freaky shit that's going on, right? So
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Jason? You forgot the question.
No.
Is you snitching on her or no?
No, I'm not gonna kill my woman. No, I'm not gonna get her killed. Now look. This is if she get to floating in the room and we in there together, I might go tell somebody at that point, like, yeah, nah, she might be a witch. I don't know. But at that point, because oh my God, I'm up under her body trying to feel what is this that got you up here? I'm like, yeah, nah, we finna go talk. We finna go get to the priest. So I'm telling somebody, because what am I gonna do? We can't just pray. We can't just pray up in here. Yeah, we just seen you seen the piano man. You seen him up in there praying and throwing holy water in the room.
He'll be like, babe, that did got me floating. You be like, oh, babe, okay.
Listen, he'll love that compliment. He'll love that compliment. He be like, well, float your ass up there. You all dickmatized and shit.
Yeah, float
and that's the devil.
I did. Like, hey, look, I did that.
Yo, because his stupid ass probably thinking that shit. Nah, but you know what's crazy? That scene where they said, you know what? I can feel, like you said, I can feel him come over. We gotta take care. So we gotta do all this shit. His stupid ass think he really doing something to save his wife, man. Right. He thought he was really doing something to save his wife. Meanwhile, they said, "No, we got a plan. It's your time to go." They said, "Hey, they're like, hey, maybe." He said, "Maybe in a different world you could have been this, but this is your purpose here." Willem Dafoe was a real nigga. Yeah, he broke it down as real as possible.
That's fucking Jason's background, like that scene right there. He like
he was having a good time. He was having a great time. He's like, I've been waiting for somebody to have a vampire come through. Let's go ahead and find out. Like, look, we done found his coffin. Bet.
Having a ball.
He said, that nigga said, yo, I'm about to be in a completely different movie for 5 minutes. He was tripping. I seen it say, oh, this nigga tripping.
Yeah.
He is tripping at this part of the movie. Like, damn. And then fucking stupid Nicholas Hoult trying to run home and shit.
He was trying to save his wife.
I'm like, nigga, the jeans is already iron, boy. The gumbo's already in the pot.
Midnight Man. I wanted that to be like I really wanted that to be a Midnight Man.
Yeah, that would.
If he would have perished as the son, like, because I'm like, he been sucking on him enough to be a vampire. He had sucked on that man enough nights to get that man to be a vampire.
The voodoo people tried to take the spirit out of him. It's like, nah, the devil's shadow is still over you.
I forgot about that too.
Because when he escaped, they found him and they was just like, you can't leave here. You can't take that where you're trying to go. It can't leave here. But he said, y'all, fuck all that. I need to go to my wife because that's who he's after.
I think, but that's one of my only negative
is it a
takes.
gripe?
Yes, my gripe, because the time I don't know how it's a 6 week trip, right? From where they were to Transylvania or whatever. It's a 6 week trip. And you mean to tell me that this man rolled back all sick and whatever possessed and all on a horse and
we play Oregon Trail, right, Terrell?
Like that's
we play
crazy.
Oregon Trail enough.
Yeah,
we see what happened to Cindy and the kids.
He definitely died of dysentery at least 7 times. Like, no, like I don't believe he was able to ride back. Like, I don't think the movie did a good enough. I appreciate the movie for its brevity, because if it would have saw, this very intricate journey for 6 weeks, or 12 weeks actually, then that would have made the movie like 2 hours and 45 minutes. So it ain't a big, super huge gripe, because the movie was shorter runtime, so I can appreciate that. But it did kind of call into play, like how did he get there so quickly, or it just the time just didn't kind of match up, or it wasn't fleshed out enough. No pun intended.
And I was definitely gonna ask y'all, what did y'all think about the pacing of the movie? Because it seems like we got a lot of different shots and different storylines. Because you saw Frederick and Anna. Frederick was like, yeah, so my wife, she getting bit up by rats, and now she got the plague. So I need y'all to leave. And that was after Thomas was even able to get back. He was like, yeah, y'all, I ain't trying to have none of that shit y'all got going on over here. And he was one of the ones that was not a believer of everything that was going on. He just thought Ellen was dealing with these different kind of spells. Was he wrong to kick them out?
Oh, you seen all the shit that was going on when she was up in the house?
I would have kicked her out the first time that she did that spell shit.
I knew that was coming.
Look at the fuck out of the house.
You were like, bro, she wouldn't have came. Period. Like when she in the beginning of the movie, I
I'm one of them niggas.
Stay here. You're like, nah,
I'm one of them niggas.
The devil not welcome here.
That's so free to be having no weird dreams.
She starts in there. Get the fuck out of my house. What you doing, boy?
That's the touch one, right? Oh, nah. She can't. She gonna have to find.
We got little girls. All my daughters around.
Rubbing off on her, right?
I'm like, I will pay for her to have her own hotel. All expenses paid. No, but she can't stay here. Not in my house.
She can sleep on one of my boats, right? That's on the boat.
Like you keep that demonic shit away from me. I said, truly, fuck the kids. Keep that demonic spirit away from me. I don't want that shit. Nah. My nigga got the plague and fucked his dead wife. Like, bro, like that nigga.
The fact that Ivy went back to that. That's Ivy's favorite.
That nigga Ivy freaking nigga. What was Ivy? What was your favorite scene of the movie? Right.
No, it's not. I was just like, I was like, yo, he really did that shit.
I mean, some niggas gotta do it. What's your favorite scene? What's your favorite scene though?
What's my favorite scene?
Yeah.
Shit. Nigga, the one that's in your back.
Yeah.
He was in that bitch wilding, bro.
They were fixing everything.
That nigga, I'm like, yo, he the one that was ready to get shit done.
I mean, you gotta have somebody like that with the things that they was dealing with.
I mean,
when I watch move emotions to the side.
When I watch TV now, I be so mad when I watch. I'm like, bro, y'all could have just handled this, y'all. People be like, Jason, that's so insensitive, man. Fuck that, shoot that kid. Cause you see what this kid turned into now. I'm just saying, we could have ended this. I just got done watching Arcane. I'm sorry, and that's why
I respect the beginning of 28 Weeks Later, because my nigga was chopping.
I gotta watch that. I've not seen that ever. Don't spoil it for me. I gotta watch that.
I'm not gonna spoil it because
I said I never watched it, Jazz. A lot of movies I didn't see.
Hawkeye in it.
He sure is. Hey man,
you haven't seen 28 Weeks Later?
I ain't seen no 28 nothing. No.
Yeah. You
gotta watch both. That's the most popular one.
And they're about to come out with the new one.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson has in that bitch again.
He is.
Damn.
I just know he won't be shirtless. Because why would he walk around shirtless?
That nigga is busy.
Wait, you want to be shirtless?
He gonna be shirtless. I'm pretty sure.
I hope so.
But you had some nerve. You had some fucking nerve. I caught you. You, nigga.
I caught you. Nigga said I caught you.
Because y'all trying to say shit about me. It's Sabrina Carpenter, which is a like. Y'all trying to say shit about me. And here she goes.
We got you. That's 4K.
It's not.
Right now.
When? What? Because somebody else said so.
Nah,
you doubled down, my nigga. You went right behind it. Was like, oh yeah, them shit's all right. I was like, all right.
I never did
This nigga is
that.
wild.
I never
it's
did
okay. It's a safe space. We
Y'all
create a
lying
safe
like
space
I'm
for
only-
everybody.
But only for you to be doing this. He said, I never thirsted after the white man. I said, I bet.
So
I said, I'm gonna catch you.
hold
I said,
up.
I'm gonna catch you.
We said
And I got
said
you.
2025. We not lying on the podcast no more.
I've only got 3 whites that I lust over. Just 3.
And I got none.
They
So where we
bearded.
going here?
They bearded white men. They are. She has a type. She has a type.
Yeah, I do.
Terrell, what was
Yo.
your favorite? I know you never really got into it, but what was the saying that had you gushing in the movie?
Wow.
I'm sorry, my
You're
bad.
wild.
Pause.
He didn't even say gushing. He was like gushing. Like, oh,
He had an accent onto that. Nasty
not me
ass,
gushing. Not
ass
me gushing.
nigga.
Told Jason, told us, y'all had switch names. All right. But back to that scene. Like I said, my scene, the dining hall scene, the build up, they're walking up the spiral staircase, everything's dark and just I was about to say disilluminated. Is that a word? Google that for me, Sam. But just the scene, Nicholas, like like we were talking about, just his fear, like his fear was palpable. Like the tension, like nigga was sweating, like he was wet, bro. Paul, like he.
Y'all can't do what I can do. That was crazy to say that. I'm sorry.
But I know, but like bro, just the fear. Yeah, just the fear and the tension of that scene. Like I didn't know Nicholas Holt was coming like that. Like that scene, that tension, it did so much heavy lifting for the film for what was to come. It's like, oh, this is this is a figure or I was about to say a person. He's not a person. This is a fucking demon or whatever. This is something meant to be feared. Just being, you know what it's like. You know what it reminded me of. Like, I don't know if y'all watch anime or if y'all watch like Dragon Ball Z. You know, like when somebody power level who has a super high power level, like they walk in the room and shit, and then like they power there or like Bleach or whatever, like their spiritual pressure just weighs you down type shit. Like that's what I felt in that scene. Like if those anime were like live action, like just the evil, his evil presence or whatever that's emanating from him was so powerful, you know what I'm saying, that it was causing him just like it was a physical, like it was a physical, weight on him, and it manifested to him sweating, and he like, hey nigga, let me get out of here. He like, nah nigga, you need to spend a night. He like, oh all right. Like I was like, damn, like bro, you gotta leave. Like that was just like terrifying. And what Jazz was saying, like when he cut his finger, he saw that blood in nigga eye, like he perked up, like, oh shit, like be careful with what you do, like cause I'm about to come and suck you a little later. Pause. Like he was on that man shit. Yeah. I'm done talking because this is getting very homoerotic. But
that's what the movie is.
Yeah, it was. I'm saying like that whole scene just was crazy. So that was my favorite scene.
What's the movie you didn't like it, Jazz? But what's the dinner movie with Nicholas Holt and Anya Taylor-Joy?
The Menu.
Have you ever seen The Menu, Terrell?
I've heard of. Is it on Netflix?
Fun fact.
It was on Max at one point. I don't know where it is now, but Nicholas Holt is in there.
I haven't seen.
Anya Taylor-Joy was supposed to be Lily Rose Depp's character.
Damn, that would have been crazy. But I'm glad they didn't go with her. I'm glad they didn't go with her.
I kind of wanted to see it. I
want to see her be possessed. I do want to see her be. I want to see her do the.
Yeah, I'm an Anya Taylor-Joy fan. She's a great actress. I can't even cap.
She cool. You like that X-Men movie she was in?
Fuck no. You know, funny. I waited for that movie so long. I said, let me just see it. I said, can I see it at some point?
It was so bad.
Can I just see it? I just need to see what it looked like. Because like no.
Which movie? Which movie we talking about?
New Mutants.
The New Mutants.
It wasn't good. That was one of the ones that they pushed with Dark Phoenix. It was not good.
Is that the one where they're trying to? The New Mutants. Is that the one where like supposed to be like a horror film type shit? The one.
Yeah, and it's got Arya.
When that first teaser looked amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was back to back.
They got Arya Stark, the weird looking nigga from Stranger Things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It had a
the
decent
brother,
cast.
the older brother.
Yeah.
Will's brother. That I was way like X-Men is my shit. Like this is my favorite comic book people or whatever.
Hey.
And the way they did,
That's
the
y'all
way
thing.
they did the fucking the dark that whole art of like Dark Phoenix and all that. Like this shit was like with with Apocalypse and like that. Oh my
Yeah.
god! I like
They
look
dropped
how
the
they
ball.
massacred. Look how they massacred my boy.
They
Like
did.
it. Like I can't wait for the reboot of however Marvel reintroduces the X-Men into Marvel. So I'm waiting on it.
Yeah,
we are
that'll be
waiting on that.
very interesting. But I want to ask y'all this because I remember Jason mentioned like, go ahead and take care of that business ahead of time and not let it linger. So, do y'all think even though Ellen was pretty much going to submit to Orlok, that she could have just done that 3 days earlier and Anna and Frederick could have survived with their bum ass kids? Because he said, I'm going to give you 3 days. It should have been like, you know what? I don't even need that much time. I'm here. Don't kill nobody that I love. Just go ahead and do what you need.
But it's the idea. It's like the idea of none of like thinking, hey, can you actually like trust this dude? What he's gonna say?
Trust him to come get you?
No, trust him to not harm anybody, even after
popping
the fact.
up.
I'm talking about trust him after the fact.
He's
Popping
been
up,
like
spinning the block.
mentally having sex with me every night, and like,
He not coming? He coming.
He
But
she
can you-
is
More
too. Like,
ways than one. More ways than one. He gonna be.
I guess would it have been worth the risk?
I mean, it's like
If
okay. Okay, so not to cut you off, Jazz. I'm sorry, and we got to get
No,
your
you good.
favorite scene, but it makes me think of since we talk. I think of Infinity War. Do we
Okay.
kill Gamora or do we let Gamora live? Because if we kill
You kill
Gamora,
her.
exactly. You go ahead and knock her off. We don't got to worry about the rest of that. But you got the whole thing of let's stretch it out to see if there's another way. If there's a will, there's a way. So people try to figure out the alternative routes, and I get it, right? Because it's like I love this person. I don't want this to happen. X, Y, Z, whoop whoop. But at the end of the day, if you ended up being the one that sacrificed yourself
Shit, I would put
after
that woman
everybody
down.
got killed, that's
I would put that
crazy
woman
to
down.
me.
I would put that woman down. I ain't all
Because I'm sitting
That's
here.
just
If a
me.
demon rolls up on me, it's just like, I'm taking you, and I'm like, all right, what if I don't want to go? Well, I'm gonna kill your best friend and your husband in 3 days, and I'm like, okay, all right. So, am I gonna take that risk of let's try to find a solution to kill Death, who's been in my dreams for the past who knows how long, or just go ahead and give him what he wants, and all my people still alive?
But do you trust him to keep his promise? Is the question.
Even if he doesn't, he's gonna kill them in 3 days. So am I just gonna be like, all right, well, let me let my folks get an extra 3 days to live to where they're not gonna get slaughtered, even though he killed them in those 3 days?
He probably
would have killed them. It
anyways.
depends on the person. I think it just depends on the person, and it's like a moral quandary. So some people.
Things,
yeah, I'm listening.
Like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what would he have gained to kill them after you submitted?
Anger. He just would have been angry. Just would have been rage at that
point. He got me, and we doing our sex thing. No, I don't.
You're dead. I don't. You said if she died, right?
Yeah. Like
if she died, he don't get her no more. You mean if he went to him?
So I guess did he not? So okay, let me ask this: was his motives to kill her anyway?
I don't think he intended on killing her.
So he sucked it too much.
He wanted to. Did he want to like merge with her? Like that was like his.
I don't know. I don't know his end game.
No,
the sun was out, and he said, "Fuck it, I gotta live my dreams."
So it's not being with her in a literal sense. It's it's like the idea of bonding with somebody in the vampirical sense, as who's like immortal, is literally bonding. Is like their flesh. I want instead of be like wanting to be with you, have sex with you, I literally want to eat you. It's the experience for me.
Right.
This means something to me. So she was gonna die anyways, but him being an eternal spirit or whatever you want to call it, so she was gonna die anyways, no matter what.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. So I think it's like I said. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trev.
No, you can ask your question. I'll answer this.
I was just gonna say, would you be willing to risk yourself for your loved ones? That's pretty much the question. What the situation is.
Yeah, I'm selfless, so I think I would. Yeah, I would. Does he have to straddle me like? Can we do perpendicular and just
Bro, that
like
nigga be
bite me? Like, nah,
He said, "You do it from the side, bro." Like, come
yeah,
on.
you bite my wrist. But yeah, I think me personally, yes, I would sacrifice myself because you know what I'm saying, to save my loved ones. Because it's also like I've seen his power already. Like I've seen what he's been willing to do. You know, well, not even at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's just him getting here and him what he was doing to her. I'm talk about her. What he was doing to her all those years and seeing what he's capable of. Well, or I don't even know what at that point. You know, the first day she doesn't know what he's capable of, but it's like, bro, I think he mean business type shit. So I think, yeah, me personally, I would say yes, I would.
Jay, what was your favorite scene?
Huh. I think my favorite scene that I pretty much appreciated the most is when Thomas was in the snow, when he was walking and that carriage just came out of nowhere, and how he just seemed like he was just mesmerized and got in the carriage. I thought the lead up to that scene, I thought that scene was dope.
See, was he
I know
mesmerized?
what you're
That's why
talking about.
I said that's why I was like, was he getting compelled?
It seemed like he hovered into the carriage, and I'm like, so you're not gonna walk in, you're not gonna like. So that's when I just thought he was just the energy from
I appreciate you bringing that back up, Jazz, because like I said, I'm a gamer. Like I don't know if anybody's ever played the game called Bloodborne, but just like that scene with that carriage, like was so fucking like a live action Bloodborne. Like if Robert Eggers or whoever did this movie, like just a Dark Souls type Bloodborne game come to life, because you know it's kind of set in that era, right? Ivy.
What's funny that's basically the Northman.
Okay.
It's basically
I'm about to get. Look, I'm definitely gonna have to get into it. But yeah, that carriage scene was amazing too. So,
because I was asking, I was just like, so you just knew where he was at, but then I knew like Orlok, the powers, and like this is town for real. He just like, you know what? He need to go ahead and hurry up. Let me go ahead and send him a ride. Let me send him an Uber. Then he got there and had the nerve to say, "You are late." Like, wait a minute, sir.
I didn't just watch a whole fucking. I had to watch them bring out a fucking virgin sacrifice so they can kill another one of y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Right. Where was everybody else in that town? Was they asleep because they was out all night? That might have been.
No, it's because they don't fuck with that nigga. They're like, yo, we need to stay. They kept saying, we don't speak his name. We don't even like him for real. He scares us.
You don't even like him for real.
We don't like dude for real.
Talking about him. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. But
that is not my man's.
What did y'all think about the last scene with Orlok and Ellen? And did you think she was gonna die? Because like I didn't think she was gonna. I thought she was just like, all right, so she over here holding his head close to the chest, distract him, sis. You know what you got to do. Let him burn up in the sun. And then I said, oh, she's dead too. So he sucked too much.
I wonder why he pulled. He talking about people late. Why was he so late? Like he pulled up when did he not have a sense of time no more? Like he just didn't know. Like
it's
when the sun was.
They planned it at a certain point to where she would call him at a certain amount of time to where I guess he was just so infatuated with her and feeding on her. He knew the sun was rising, but he just could not get away from her.
Y'all know how y'all are when you just like, you know what, I can't get up.
No,
I've done it a few times. You're right.
No, I don't.
Hey, whoa! 5. She.
Or like I said, I'm not leaving no kids behind. Let me get her out of here. He too busy killing moms.
He's stupid.
We're dark.
Y'all terrible. Y'all terrible. You need time out. You terrible for that one.
Shit, now when I was watching, I was like, oh, that's it. That nigga's infatuated for real. Cause she was like, right here. Right. I was like, that's it. They're gonna put it right back on the chin.
Get his focus back where it need to be. He saw that sun. She was like, back here.
Yeah.
Like, he said, fuck it. I'm going. We both going out.
Keep suckling. Yeah. Nah, that's
And then when you got the angle, the pan of him on top of her,
there was some.
You saw his whole body.
Yeah.
Did y'all?
I wanted to claw my eyes out.
Oh God, I will burn the house down. I'm burning the house down. You got to burn the house down, right?
Did you think it was weird that he didn't? Because normally in vampire movies, when the sun comes up, they burst into flames, but he was just chilling.
I mean, he didn't burst into but he killed them.
It still reflects on the fact that he's a corpse. It leans heavily into the fact that he's a reanimated dead body. So it fits and it makes sense. It made a point to be a very traditional vampire. Like if you took a vampire movie straight from the text of the 1800s and put it in modern day film, this is exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, because typically they kind of. I mean, well, you right. You got Abigail. It was blowing. It was exploding on there.
Abigail's
All the
funny as fuck.
examples you could have used.
Abigail's
That was
funny
the
as hell,
one you
man.
picked. God, wow.
That was exploding when they hit the sun on that mug. But yeah, I like when they kind of burn. Like in Interview with the Vampire, they be burning up. You be like, God damn, please get out the sun, please.
30 Days of Night.
Even in y'all favorite movie, Last Voyage of Demeter, they did that shit too.
Exactly. That one too. They was all burning and blowing up.
Let them tell that cinema right there.
Midnight Mass though.
Fuck you, right Ivy. But yes. Did y'all have any other scenes that y'all wanted to discuss?
I have to think. Shit, because there's just too many good ones. I like genuinely that movie. Oh, we gotta talk about the plague scene on the boat. I feel like we skipped like that whole thing with the rats and everything.
You was too busy bashing the movie that was with Dracula on the boat.
To talk about the boat with the boat scene, but yes,
that was a great scene. Great scene.
You know, fuck that movie, but that scene itself was great.
Yeah, and I love how he was like when he went to open the coffin or whatever. It was like in a chest. I don't know. Was it a coffin he was in, or was it a chest?
I think it was a coffin.
Yeah, I think it was a coffin.
And then he was like, you can see him in the background. I was touching myself like, there he go right there. He right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see. Like I love shit like that. Like I love I like natural scares, not the music startling me to a scare, but I love how he was just in the background, like he already out that motherfucker. But that was good. And then like it being a plague ship, like that whole thing like was crazy with the rats coming. Like yeah, dope. And then like y'all was saying about people handling business, your boy like, oh my niggas dying, bro. Like niggas dying. I'm like, hey, let's go handle it. Like the ship hands or whatever. It was like let's go kill this nigga because this it's cursed. This cargo is cursed. So that's somebody who tried to do the business. So, but he ain't had plot armor. So you see how I go, bro.
Yeah, that without having plot armor, you definitely gonna be out of here.
Yeah.
But
who had the plot armor for y'all?
In this?
No, I don't think nobody had a plot armor in this movie.
They was all just dying.
For the most part,
their life wasn't in a situation where
it
was at risk too much.
Because they killed the family. Because they killed the cannon fodder was the family. Because they would just introduce you to, and they would just show you how far he would go to do the killing, and he killed the whole family. And then the last guy, he died due to necrophilia. So
you know Hurt. You know who had plot armor? That nigga Hurt cannot. How the fuck him getting out that chair by biting them niggas?
Yeah. The nigga that was in the crazy nigga that got possessed. Yeah, that was a bit much. That was a bit much. He fell out the chair. He said, "Hey, come here and whisper. Let me whisper something." I'm not. This nigga been in this bitch possessed. He done ate 3 goats. He done ate 3 birds. Now you gonna let this nigga whisper? I'm not letting nigga whisper nothing to me.
Right.
And like the fact that y'all didn't hang him like the next day is crazy to me.
Yeah, he should have been dead for real.
And in my world, in these areas, boy, I'll be a different type of leader. I'm like, get this nigga out of here. Get this nigga out of here. Get this nigga out of here. Yeah. We're not waiting till dawn to set an example and make a spectacle. No, get him right now.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was everything though.
Yeah.
This nigga Abby do this all night, just going through different scene by saying, this is not shot. This is not shot for shot. This is
yeah.
I break it down like it's film.
He's not getting us this evening.
But yeah, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for coming onto the podcast and chatting with this movie. Of course, one of the biggest things or the reason that we are here, was it good though? Terrell, we're gonna start with you, brother.
Yeah, it was good though. It was it was very good though. I loved it. It was it was great. I enjoyed it. Yes, definitely recommend it. I'm going back to see it tomorrow, actually. So it was better than good. It was great.
Let us know
And
how
thank y'all for having me on.
let us know how
Yeah.
you feel about the rewatch when you
Yes,
rewatch it.
yeah,
See if it stands the test of time.
for sure.
Ivy, what about you? Was it good though?
I had high expectations for this movie. Like I told myself that knowing the CLT trailer, I said this is candidate for horror film of the year, and it exceeded every single expectation I had. I think it was very exceptional, truly.
Jazz, was it good though?
Jason is just ready for me to bash this film. I would say yes, it was good. It's not the horror movie of 2024 for me. But I enjoyed it. And on the rewatch, I didn't dread rewatching it. So I definitely appreciated the scenes and shots and the cinematography from it. And of course the performances. Jason, was it good though?
It was. I was impressed. I do think it's one of the better ones from him, in my opinion. Because the Northman was good as well. Like it's if you went to that action hardcore folklore type thing, I definitely think that was something. I think that was the year when Ethan Hawke was on the run. So him being in that movie was super. Like that was just like a
Yeah,
surprise to
that
see
is the
him.
year that he did the Black Phone.
It did. It was Ethan Hawke. I think Nicole Kidman's in there. This is that. I think the Northman. I think the Northman would be the second. But yeah, I do think this is his best film in my opinion. That he's dropped.
Mm. Okay.
Did you have some? What did you think those?
I had a shit. I don't.
And I address one thing real quick.
You can do that. You can do that while she get her notes together. Go
I
ahead.
don't have any, so go ahead.
Because everybody immediately assumed when I say, hey, I said, yo, I walked in and said, yo, man, Nosferatu. I said, man, damn, Nosferatu was some shit. Everybody hit my mentions and DM saying, man, it was bad. I said, whoa.
You gotta be mindful with your word.
That was you, my brother. Like, because when you say something is some shit.
But here's the thing. That's why I'm addressing on a public platform. If something is bad, when I say it's bad, I say it's ass. I make sure to let y'all know it is booty cheeks. I don't say some shit.
I'll do better. Right. I'll do better with your words.
I ain't doing better with nothing. If 99% of everybody is like, oh, that's ass and it's a negative, but Ivy is the one person that's like, oh, I meant that as a compliment. I'm gonna be like, nigga, what?
Because it was an experience. Because y'all see where I come from and say, yo, I was like, it was some shit. Like that was crazy. That was a crazy ass movie.
Ivy just need to get his wording together on his tweet.
Because I tweeted it, got in the car, and then left and went home.
This guy here.
I said that to the group chat, like, you see what this nigga said.
What I finna say? Oh yeah, so the last part in this one is Lincoln Thrones. Lincoln Thrones is the section of the podcast where we take an actor from the movie and put us on, or put the people onto something that they've been in or that they have coming up in the future. You got your person, Surreal, by chance?
Yes. Let's do Bill Skarsgård. I think the movie Overlord was.
They just told me about that. I've not seen.
Is it Overlord? Is it Overlord? Am I saying that right? I think it's Overlord. Am I mixing?
Is it the war horror movie?
It's a horror. It's a horror movie. No, not war. Oh yeah, that's the movie. No, not. Okay, so 2023, Bill Skarsgård horror film. What's the name of it? I know
Barbarian.
Barbarian. There we go.
Ooh.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Barbarian. Yeah, please, if you're a film fan, check out Barbarian. I wish I could recommend Boy Kills World, but I can't recommend it. It's not gonna be for everyone. But if you're a horror movie fan and a fan of getting your expectations subverted, check out Barbarian.
Which I'm also since we just here, not a thing, but Jazz told me about a movie called Companion. The same studio that did Barbarian, they're releasing a movie called Companion with Jack Quaid and I can't think
the
of
young lady that was from Yellow Jackets.
From Yellow Jackets. She's also in Heretic, right? That's her Heretic. Yeah, she's in Heretic as well.
Okay.
You should definitely look. You should look that up. It coming out on the 31st. Ivy, who is your Lincoln Thrones young sir?
Willem Dafoe. Fun fact: it's a movie called Shadow of a Vampire, and Willem Dafoe is F1. The movie is about the making of the infamous and mythical Nosferatu in 1922. Willem Dafoe plays Max Schreck, who plays Count Orlok. So that is the craziest, not only Link of Thrones, but also Nosferatu connection that you couldn't even pay for. Chef's kiss right there.
Jazz. Link of Thrones, my sister.
I am gonna go with one of my milk lust materials, Aaron Taylor.
Oh, you got a list?
Okay. I only got 3.
That's crazy.
What's the list?
Wow.
What's the list?
Having one itself is wild, for being honest, for real.
Coming from Ivy, who
that's y'all. Y'all got that though.
Y'all got that. So have you tell me you wouldn't dive in the milk, brother? Today, you telling me in 2025 you wouldn't dive? Okay, I'm proud. I'm proud of you.
I think Ivy is full of shit. But my list is going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson, Chris Evans, and the individual. He was in Sons of Anarchy.
Jazz.
He would. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. All right. So his name Charlie Human.
Gotcha.
Those are my 3 milk lust materials. They all have beards. Yes. Anyway, black men are love. So I'm going to do Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I am fuck you. I'm going to do Bullet Train.
We got that review in our docket somewhere in the 40s, in the 40s or 50s somewhere. And with me being last. Fuck you, Jazz. Fuck you, okay? She a different type of petty. I'm going with Simon McBurney. He was Knock in this movie. He was in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Number 8 come out next year. Hopefully we can get that on the review list. If you know me,
this year.
I am one of the biggest Mission Impossible fans.
Hey.
I'm all for Tom trying to kill himself for me. On the
Jason just loves Tom Cruise. He don't care about Mission Impossible. That's look, you get Jason's milk list, Tom Cruise is on there. No pause.
Oh, it'd be Bruce, it'd be Batman.
Bruce Wayne,
I got one milk list. I got one person on my milk list, and that's Aubrey Plaza. That is mine.
Oh man,
that is mine.
So did you watch Agatha All Along?
I watched the first episode. She's in it.
Yeah, you should actually watch. You should finish it, bro. You should actually finish it.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
I don't know you. I know your music taste. I know me and you very, very similar in music, but movies and TV, I haven't dialed you down just yet.
Hey, bro, I love Mission Impossible. Looks like we got similar taste there as well. Yeah,
okay.
Mission Impossible, my shit too. So.
But I don't know how you are with Marvel, but yeah, you should definitely check Agatha.
I'm huge Marvel head, man. Only thing I ain't seen is fucking Agatha All Along and the what's the little chick with the
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
You already know what I'm talking about. Yes.
We understand. We understand.
Yeah.
We understand. That was for the kids, but I enjoyed it. it. But again, man, we appreciate y'all for coming with us, chatting with us for episode 136. This can get long. We cut it. We cut it down actually because it really could have get in there, man. Definitely
because the door is always.
The door is always open, brother. You'd like to come back, we'll definitely
definitely invite me back. Invite me back. I love this. I love talking about movies. I love what y'all doing. Great media, Ivy, great media, Jazz. Thank you for inviting me, Jason. This was fun. It was cathartic. Yeah.
Well, we definitely appreciate you, Terrell. Appreciate you, Ivy. Episode 136. Of course, last week, 135, we talked about Sonic 3. You can definitely go peep that. Next week, we are talking about What If, right? Marvel What If is next week. We're doing Marvel What If season 3. Of course, we got a podcast amongst friends. We got a couple of them coming on to chat with us.
Talking-ish, a
podcast amongst friends. I am so sorry.
They're gonna cut your ass out.
Fuck Elaine. I said what I said.
keep it in there. Keep it in there. You want all that smoke.
Keep that same energy.
Right. We're gonna see. Episode drop. Jason gonna be like, hey.
But this episode 136 of the Was It Good Though podcast. I am Jason.
I am Jazz. Thank you so much, y'all, for joining us for this discussion. Let me tell them thank you, Jason. Damn. I didn't want to seem rude. Terrell, thank you so much for joining us. Ivy, thank you so much for coming back. That's all I got.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, man.
And until next time, deuces.
Cheers.